What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Cam, sitting here with my lovely wife Vicky, and we are your hosts for the show.
Life with the Logans.
Everything is we, baby.
Everything's we.
Everything is we.
We're down and devoted.
And we're back. I just wanted you guys to experience this beautiful jingle that me and LaShawn wrote. Yeah, so if you guys watch our vlogs, you know that's how we get down on the vlog channel. So go check us out, Life with the Logans, on YouTube. It's pretty cool. Anybody know that song already by heart? Let me know in the comments section below. Let me know, what's your favorite part? Do you like the runs? Do you like the verses? Do you like the chorus? You like the beat? Shout out to Tony. Shout out to LaShawn. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to Nick, because we FaceTime Nick in. Shout out to my wife, man, executive vice president, executive producer.
I am the executive producer.
And,
executive vice president.
Yes. So we're back, and last couple weeks have been, we hit y'all in the face with Manny and Tia, and then last week was pretty chill. And this week, we might punch you in the face again.
Punch in the face.
So, I've been in preaching camp all week with my brother Manny Arango. He's running a preaching camp there's about 30 communicators. This is the third time that he's done it. About 30 communicators in the camp, and he's been going in on us in a great way. I was watching some of his previous messages, and he said something in a message while talking about Samson and Delilah that sparked something in me to bring about. And basically, what I took from it, I'm not going to give you the synopsis of the sermon, but what I took from it was, what the enemy likes to do is give you an appetite for something that will cause you to self-sabotage. And what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about previous and past appetites ruining our appetite for the future, our appetite for the present. For example, because when you were young, I'll talk about me. When I was younger, I didn't like mustard. I didn't like pepper. I didn't like pepper just for the simple fact that as a kid, I didn't want anything that looked like a bug. It was black. You're a kid. I use your imagination. And I thought they were bugs. And so I didn't want anything black on my food.
What's wrong with mustard? It was just yellow? You didn't like eating something
mustard,
yellow?
I just didn't like the taste of mustard. My dad used to use mustard on, we had my basketball game, blah, blah, blah. And I just did not like mustard.
It was yellow. I felt like it was the wrong color.
And it's funny because my dad would actually say, "You got a baby mouth." You got a baby mouth. He's like, "Yeah, wait till you get older. Yeah, you still got that baby mouth."
What?
Like, even as a young teen.
That's very true, though, because it's a lot of stuff I eat now that I would never eat as a kid. Ever. I would not eat anything colorful when I was a kid. And
it wasn't, I think it was like last year I joined the country club, and I was like, man, let me put some mustard on my hot dog. My country club has amazing hot dogs. Shout out to y'all.
It's so bougie. And
I put ketchup, mustard, relish. I normally would just do ketchup, relish, salt and pepper, onions, Chicago style hot dog. Y'all may kill me for putting ketchup on it. That's neither here nor there. I just decided to put mustard on it. And I was like, man, this is nice.
Mustard on the beat.
So I like honey mustard. So I said, why don't I try mustard? Because it was tart.
I never knew you didn't like regular mustard.
I didn't like mustard. I didn't like hot sauce.
You didn't like chicken. The chicken thing still throws me to this day. I'm like, why does this man love chicken so much? Because you never used to like chicken.
And my appetite of the past was affecting my appetite for the future. It was affecting me enjoying something that was good. But because I was childish in my thinking, I was childish in what I only wanted to taste the things that I knew I had already experienced. I wasn't willing to try anything new. Before I met you, I had never had sushi before. And so, I mean, this could go into that. It's like we block some of our blessings because we're so picky and we just want to continue to do the things that we've always done. And that's hindering you from potentially meeting someone for your future. And it's like you don't want to date this guy because he looks like a nerd, or you don't want to date this dude because he doesn't seem exciting. He's not the thug type. He's not going to make your life seem like it's exciting. And, you want to be on a wild goose chase, and you want to have blunts in the ashtray.
Not
and
blunts.
You want
Black lips?
Weed remnants all over the car, and you want to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, these are the things that you want because of your
hood. I ain't checking for him
because of the appetite that you've had in the past.
If you're looking at me,
and now that you're an adult and you screaming, ain't no good men, ain't no good women in the world. Well, dude, you have to stop basing your present and your future on things that you've experienced in the past. Your appetite.
Because you saying past appetites, but some people, this really just they appetite now. Like this ain't the past. This is what they've been living with their whole life, and they tried to change.
Right. It's your like your current at the. It's what you're allowing yourself to be comfortable in.
Right.
Because this is all you've known. Because this is just how I am. This is just what I like. I like what I like, and that's why.
Cycles. You dating the same dude every time and mad. Like, why do I keep attracting familiar spirits? You keep attracting the same person because you have the same appetite and it's not working for you. You need to expand your palate.
That's it.
Literally it.
That's literally it. You have to broaden your horizons. You have to open yourself up. You have to look at yourself and say, actually, why do I even like this?
Why do I want that? What does that do for me? Because a lot of times we like stuff that makes us feel better. Again, makes us feel better about our issues.
Come on.
Or fills a void, deficits. And not all the time, but a lot of times we look for people who can fix the problems that we have that we're uncomfortable with. So, or avoid the uncomfortable things that we don't want to deal with it.
So what happens is you fall in love, not even with the thing, but you fall in love with what the thing makes you feel.
Right.
You don't necessarily like this guy, but this guy is a form of pain suppression for you. He's an escape. You don't even love this dude, but because of the thing that he do that makes you take your mind off X, Y, and Z. You don't even like this girl, but you're playing with her emotions. And now, because you've played with her emotions, you've caused some other hurts and traumas and pains that will now affect the course of her future and the present and other people that she may try to come in contact with. I need the camera to get it together. Come on, devil. Come on, devil.
It was yours, not mine.
And so we can't allow the things that we're comfortable with, the things that we're used to,
things that bring us comfort food.
You don't even like it. It's just an escape.
It just makes you feel better.
Some of y'all don't even like weed.
Okay.
But you do it.
Okay.
Just because.
All right.
It's an escape. Okay. And if we want to be real, y'all not gonna like me, and that's okay. Some of y'all smoke because you're trying to get away from something that you were designed to tackle. That's a whole nother message.
Some people there's a lot of things. I mean, that ain't the only one. Some of y'all be spending money on expensive things that makes you feel better about yourself.
For example, our parents grew up. My mom grew up in the rural South, didn't have much.
My parents too.
My dad grew up in Central Illinois. He had hand-me-downs. He had to wear his big brother's clothes when they got done with him.
I thrifted
and he would tell me when they was growing up, there would be patches that you would go buy. If there was a hole in your jeans, you would go buy the patch and you would iron it onto the jeans that had the hole in it. And so, that's where like these patches and stuff. So, old folks would be like, I see the patches then came back. We had to put patches on because we didn't know. But now that they've gotten older and they've become successful individuals, there are things that they have out of abundance that they don't necessarily use anymore. And I'm not putting them on blast. They probably gonna watch it and be like, hey, you didn't. But they have things that they don't even need, but they have so much of it because of the lack that they used to have.
So they feel like they can't get rid of it.
So some of us, even, my wife and I, like we go through periods, we're like, bro, we just got too much stuff in here. We need to get rid of some of this stuff because you grew up and it's like, well, man, that's good. You got to keep that, even if you haven't worn it in 2 years.
Yeah.
So now you're hoarding all of these things because you have a sense of need or you come from lack or you come from a place where you didn't have much. So now you just buy stuff all the time.
Yep.
And it's just sitting up in your house, not being used, creating a cluttered environment, which makes you even more frustrated because you can't think clearly because the stuff that you need to find, you can't find this because it's attached and around a bunch of other stuff that you no longer need in your life. So that's why you got to go through some of these things in your life. You got to go through the file cabinets. You got to look at stuff. What do I need? What don't I need? Let me pull this stuff out. I haven't even touched this. I haven't looked at this. Why do you still have that boy's hoodie and y'all broke up?
Let it go. Let it go.
Why you still, bro, why you still holding on?
Yeah.
To little trinkets and stuff that y'all gave each other. And you wonder why you can't get her out of your mind. You can't get her out of your system because these things bring back old memories, old taste, old flavors of things that you used to do with someone in the past. And you wonder why it's difficult for you to find a good woman for your present and for your future. Go ahead, man.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Delete them text messages.
Delete. Oh my goodness. Can I be real?
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was a period where we were engaged and I was like going through some of my old love. I was like, man, let me see what I used to say to these girls.
Cringe.
On Facebook. And I deleted all that stuff. I was like, bro, why are you even trying to read this?
Yep.
Why are you going to take yourself down a path that caused you hurt, shame, disappointment? Like you literally prayed. You was at the edge of your bed crying, telling God, oh God, I don't want to do this no more. And now you're trying to go back to the very thing that caused you pain.
You got to move on.
Delete it. Let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. Stop holding on to it. Your old appetite. Let it go. Some of y'all real appetite's killing y'all.
Like the actual food.
Like what you actually eat.
What you actually eat.
And that's a sign of how you treat your relationships, how you come in contact with people. You indulge, and you think that you can fix people, and you think that you can save people, and you think that, oh, if they get in contact with me, who are you? Are you Jesus?
We have to have every area of our life, we have to have discipline and boundaries and learn how to do things in moderation. I feel like I try to convey this message to people via social media and stuff, just in every aspect of life, because I feel like we're taught, particularly in the Christian space, we're taught to avoid things instead of dealing with things. Like, you can't go here, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't eat this, you can't drink this, the Bible says don't do this, the Bible says don't do that. But the Bible, and I don't want to say this wrong, but when I read the Bible, I don't see like all these like rules, like I can't do. I see be wise and make smart decisions with what you do. So like you can do things, but wisely in a smart way, using wisdom, self-control. Like none of the fruits of the spirit are avoidance. Like, you don't avoid things. You have to learn how to. So, like, with anything, with what we eat, with sex, with it, it's not that it's bad. It's just you have to learn how to manage it properly so that it doesn't ruin your life, because it can ruin your life. Like, what you eat can ruin your life. It can kill you. But
abuse.
Also, yes, if you abuse it. But if you make the right choices and do it the right way, then what you eat can literally keep you going and keep you alive and change your life and make you very healthy. You'll be able to have the strength and endurance to do whatever it is you're doing in life. It's the same way with our relationships. If you choose the right relationships, you'll have enough strength and endurance to survive. If you choose the wrong relationships, they will kill you. If you have sex in the wrong context, it could kill you. If you have sex in the right context, with the right person, for the right reasons, it will keep your relationship strong and alive, and you'll stay married for a very long time. Okay, go ahead.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So
Let's talk about that.
So us going on 8 years of marriage in February, we both have said to each other that our sex life now is way better.
Absolutely.
Now than it was last year, the year before last, the year before last year.
Why is that?
Because as we get older, see what I realized, even when I was telling you this when you were sitting on the couch before we started recording, is I had to get rid of the appetite that I had when I was a college student, when I was being promiscuous, when I was operating out of lust in my flesh and trying to meet my own desires.
Right. It was selfish sex. Selfish sex.
And now I'm in a space where it's not always about me.
Right.
And I don't want to get graphic.
No,
but it's like
that's facts.
I find pleasure in pleasing you.
Right.
As opposed to it always being about me.
That goes back to what we were saying last episode. Was the last episode or the one before that? No, the one before that with Manny, when he was saying we have to be more concerned about giving to the relationship than receiving. Yes. It's better to give than it is to receive. You see where I'm going with this? I'm going to leave it there.
Like Wanda was saying.
I'm going to leave it there. But that is the key. Like, I had to learn this as well. It's like we're taught that sex is a self-gratifying thing. It's like the lust of your flesh. Like, we be so focused on making ourselves feel something, but really it's a relationship in itself. So there has to be proper communication, and we have to be willing to, you have to die to yourself in everything that you do, but you have to be willing to set aside your wants and desires to please someone else. And then when you do that, you reap the benefits, because it becomes a much better experience, because you're not expecting so much when you're not giving anything in return. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's really key, because it's like shows maturity when you're in a relationship with someone and you're not so focused on just what you want. That's a mature relationship. You have to change your palate, if you will, because a lot of our palates, if we're going to be real, a lot of our appetites for sex, yes, but for relationships in general, for what we want in relationships, for like the desires, the things we really want. Like, I want them to be able to, do this whoop whoop whoop, but also like just in relationships, we want like this we have this romantic idea. Like, where do you get those things from? You have to trace back to where you got those ideas from, and that appetite is probably linked to something that is very unhealthy. Either something that you saw, what you've been watching, even on TV, like movies. Yeah, like we're always Instagram bombarded
all day.
We're always bombarded with these images of what romance, sex, love should look like, but that's not actually what it is, or what a healthy representation of that is. Right. And so then it changes our appetite to something that we aren't really gonna get. And so then when we get it, we're frustrated and feel like I should have something outside of this, when that's not true. And I feel like that is what gets us in trouble a lot, and we feel like our relationships suck or they're not where we want them to be because we saw so and so do it this way and we think it should be that way. Oh, I saw so and so post on Instagram that he flies his chick out to Barbados every weekend. My man can't fly me. My man don't fly me out nowhere. You know what I mean? Like they get that. That was a very like random.
Oh, I mean,
but
that's
you know what I'm
real,
trying
though,
to say, like
because
he buys her flowers every day. Why don't my man buy me no flowers now? And then you're thinking, I got a really good dude, and he love me, he treat me right, but he just don't do enough.
Yes.
Okay, but
built
where
your
did you get that
appetite
from?
based on the things. Your appetite is the way it is because of what you've been feeding yourself.
Right. But you're used
I'm
to.
about to preach now. You've built your appetite, and it sounds redundant, but you've built what you like based on what you've been feeding yourself. Mm-hmm. What you've been feeding yourself based on what you've been listening to, what you've been watching, the TV shows that you watch. I have great respect for my wife. There's some things that she just doesn't watch because she knows her appetite for certain things.
Right.
Or the things that God has delivered her from.
Well,
God has delivered her from certain appetites, certain tastes. God has removed certain tastes. I remember like growing up in church my whole life, people be praying like, oh God, remove the taste of cigarettes.
It's not that he removed it. It's not that he removed it. God didn't remove it.
You have to continually make a decision, and you have to not feed the thing that you know is going to cause your downfall.
It's called discipline.
Yes.
It's called discipline. It's like how if you like, okay, they say, you know how they say don't feed the pigeons? Like if you're out in the park, if you feed the pigeons, guess what they're gonna keep doing?
More of them gonna come.
More of them gonna come, and they're gonna keep coming back.
Then they're gonna jump on you like when you was in Puerto Rico.
Yes, and they'll have no boundaries and just attack you whenever you feel like. That's how it is. So I know in my mind, that if I watch certain things, it's gonna send me down a rabbit hole. My mind is gonna be on that. I'm gonna go try to find it somewhere else again, and just be stuck looking for it. You feed one, now all of them coming. At the same time, I've had to mature and learn that my appetite for my husband will change if I am watching the wrong thing, listening to the wrong thing, or watching something that is going to change my appetite from what he can give me. Like I've had to, over the years, grow a relationship with you where I know what you give me and I love that. I'm not just talking about sex. I'm just talking about in general for our relationship. I know our relationship. I know what I'm going to get. I know how we operate. I know what works for us. If I constantly am watching and listening to and feeding myself other people's relationships or what other people do and looking at that and comparing it to what I have, I'm going to get discontent with what I have. Even though I know it works for me, seeing what other people do is going to be like, well, how come I don't do it like that? How come you don't do it like that? And then I'm like comparing you. And that's unfair to you because that's not you. You weren't designed to do that. You were designed to do what you do. You're a specific person with a specific way of doing things. And I have fallen in love with that. But if I focus my attention too much on something else, then yeah, I'm going to be like, I want to see what else I can get.
Itching
and I feel
ears and your eyes just all over the place.
Yeah. And I feel like our generation of people, we're so bombarded with so many different types of media. Like we have so much at our fingertips.
It's called a feed for a reason.
Yeah, we have so much at our fingertips all the time. So it's very hard to get caught up in like the Instagram effect. I don't know if I've ever explained this before, but you know how you see something on Instagram one time and then you be like, I don't even like that. That's not cute to me. But you see it enough times on your feed and now you want it and then you buy it. Instagram effect. It's kind of like how one thing, somebody will say something is ugly and then if you see it enough times, your mind will change and you'll end up getting Crocs. Perfect example. I thought Crocs were so stupid and ugly. I'm like, why would anybody wear Crocs? They're dumb. I saw enough people wearing Crocs and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try some Crocs. And I bought me some Crocs and then I ended up with 4 different colors. Like Instagram effect. Like
talk about your Fenty slides that you don't wear.
What?
You bought like 17 pair of Fenty slides.
The Fenty slides were an era. They were cute. They were a moment. But
you wore each pair once.
No, I didn't. That is disrespect because I wore my Fenty slides a lot. Okay, don't play me. I can find so many. No, I have pics. I have proof. Okay, Anywho, we're not gonna talk about all the stuff that you buy that you don't use.
Let's talk about it.
No, we're not gonna talk about it. Anywho, what I was trying to say is, if you're constantly feeding yourself something, that is what you're going to desire, and it might not be healthy. So you need to check your appetite.
Check your appetite.
That goes for single and married people, because married people, I'm eyeing you too. Okay,
Absolutely.
you be the main ones comparing,
Absolutely.
not just our spouses, but ourselves,
Yeah.
our children.
You wonder why
I
your
don't have no
relationship
kids,
isn't
but-
growing, because you're not watering your own grass.
Mm-hmm.
Your grass isn't greener because you don't water it, and you're looking at everybody else's grass and I wonder why mine ain't.
But
budding.
their grass different. Their grass
Their
different.
grass is different.
It grow
but
different.
Also, it determines on. It depends on what kind of fertilizer they're putting on their grass. What kind of weed killer they're putting on their grass. They're being intimate with the grass. They're taking care of the grass. They're being attentive to the grass. They're making sure that the seeds that they sow in the grass and the things that they plant are planted on good soil. Whenever you don't spend time with your spouse, or you're not intimate with your spouse, and you're not watering your spouse with love and affection and attention and words of affirmation, so on and so forth, and then you wonder why she just cold. Well, have you watered her? Have you taken the time to make date night a priority every week? Do you go on a vacation at least once a year? Do you just do a
Take
little
time
getaway?
off?
Show some kind of token of your appreciation for her. Write her a letter, get her some flowers, do something out of the ordinary, instead of coming home and just making demands, or feeling things that you never express, and then you expect her to read your mind, or you expect him to read your mind. Some of the things we talked to y'all about this before. You cannot have an expectation that you've never vocalized.
Yep.
And this is another thing that you have to get out of your appetite. You have to change your palate. You have to stop allowing these things that you know are issues and that you know are problems to continue to be failure cycles in your life. It's hindering you from having healthy and effective and positive relationships with people, and it's affecting how you date or who you marry.
We have to control our appetites, or if, at the very least, figure out where your appetite came from. Because a lot of times the trauma behind your appetite will reveal a lot to you, and then you'll realize, well, shoot, I've been going down this path because of something that happened to me a long time ago, and it's not this person's fault. I'm taking it out on everybody I meet, when really I just need to deal with the issue and confront it. You look for people to fill a void. Then when that person kind of fills the void and you feel like you've gotten what you want from them, I want something else. And then you go looking for something else. How Manny was talking about, you make people idols. When you are operating from a deficit, your appetite comes from a deficit, then you idolize things, and you can't have one.
Yep.
You can't have one idol. You're going to go get more. You're going to find more. So
That's good. Shift your focus. Fix your focus.
what are you focusing on? What are you focusing on?
Literally, the camera. What are you focusing on?
What are you focusing on? Because
Fix
we
your
right here.
focus. Focus on the task at hand. See, even as the camera goes in and out of focus. I need you to focus on me. There's a songwriter that said, baby, won't you focus
On me.
on me? When you're focused on other things, it affects the one you're supposed to be focused on.
It'll,
When you take your eyes off of Jesus, you'll begin
done
to
with
sink in the boat.
I'm done with you. Sink in the
When
water.
you fix your eyes on Jesus, you'll be able to do things that you never thought you'd be able to do.
How did this turn into a sermon?
I told you this is gonna be quick. That's really all I got. You got anything else? That's really it.
No, I don't want to beat a dead horse. It's pretty much
That's it.
self-explanatory. Apply that to
Short
whatever,
episode.
whatever phase of life you are in. Apply that.
Apply it. It had
Address your appetites, and then
apply it. Don't be offended.
We all have,
take
because
your
we
lumps.
all have to discipline our appetites. Literally, it's a part of our humanity. We have to learn self-control. We have to learn how to control ourselves. Okay? We have to learn how to shift our thinking, bring our thoughts under subjection. Okay? Control your thoughts, because you can do that. You can control your
Cast
thoughts.
down imaginations.
We have to learn how to focus on the right things in order to get the results that we want in life. Okay?
An anointed
And
imagination.
address the issues at hand. Address why you crave certain things. What are you trying to do with that? Okay? That's pretty much it.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Hey, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Once again, I appreciate the love and support you guys continue to show every single week. It's incredible. It still blows my mind that, like, every now and then I'll just tell Vicky, like, babe, we really got a podcast. And, like, people really be watching it. And, like, people really be hitting us up with, like, real life issues and real life things. Some of you guys need to make sure that you go back and listen to the podcast that we have, because we've got some pretty intense DMs the last couple of weeks. We appreciate you guys feeling like you can confide and console in us. But I would also encourage you guys, if you're not a part of a local body, a local church, where you're accountable to a pastor and a group of people, I highly encourage
That
you
know
to do
you
that.
personally.
Yeah, that know you. We can't speak to your situations because
No,
we don't
we
know
can't.
you.
We can't. I'm sorry. We cannot give you specific advice. I know that it seems like we can.
Right.
But
we're always going
here
to
we're
tell
always-
you to
we're
go
just trying to-
a church.
Yes, we're
sit
trying
under
to give you
somebody's
guys
leadership.
some guidance, but it's very general guidance. You know what I mean? Like, in order to get the specific, very, very specific address that you would like, you need someone that knows you personally to do that.
And you need to read your Bible.
Yeah, and that too. And you probably need to go to a therapist. Probably that too. You probably need all three, honestly.
So yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate the love and support. If you want to subscribe to the channel, it's free. Just hit the button. Push the button. Push the button. If you want to become a Patreon member, shout out to all of our Patreon members. We love you guys. Appreciate you guys each and every week. Y'all holding it down. You have no idea what, your small monetary gift does for the pod.
Yes.
It's just super great.
I've gotten a couple people asking how they can support the podcast. Patreon is our only way of supporting right now. We
Patreon's
don't
the only way. We don't
currently
do Cash
don't. Yeah,
App
we
and
don't
all
take
that
Cash
stuff.
App and stuff.
We're doing it the legit way.
Yes, we're trying to be.
If you want to support the podcast monetarily, become a Patreon member.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, hit us up. YouTube, Instagram. Make sure you follow us everywhere. Everything is we. That's right. Everything is we. Appreciate the love and the support. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the like button. Sound off in the comment section. If this is hitting you, let us know. We want to know. If it's hitting and it hurts and you got some work to do, let us know. We all got work to do.
We all have work to do.
We all got work. I get rebuked all the time.
Continually. Because I feel like people watch us talk about certain things and think, well, they just saying that. They think they got it together, blah, blah, blah. No, we all are going through things. And it's always work. Marriage is work. Relationships are work. Everything. You got to work. I mean, you got to pay bills. Work is work. It's all work. We're always working.
Yep.
All the time. Keeps going. Never stops.
The work don't stop.
Work don't stop.
The work don't stop.
Work don't stop. Work don't stop.
Just like the work in her. God is he's still doing a new thing.
My Texas people, y'all know what that is.
Even now.
Only people from
Come
Texas
now,
will get that
Holy
one.
Spirit. Bless you. Hey, love you guys. God bless you. We out. Peace.